All right, man, we back. Yeah, I know the sound was off. I was trying to get right. Sorry, I'm late. I was watching Blade 2. I've been trying to finish watch this movie for like 5 days, so finally got to finish watching it. And yes, I've seen it before. It's just been a while. Wesley Snipes was a bad man in that movie, man. But let's talk about final thoughts for Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. If you never witnessed one of my final thought videos, whether regular video format or live stream, um, it is basically the last thoughts and also the reaction to the weigh-in. Right, so I didn't see the entire weigh-in. I just seen Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. They both weighed in at 135 pounds. Um, Give me a minute. This thing is give me a minute. But yeah, they both weighed in at 135. But I want to give some shout outs to people that donated to the channel real quick. Shout out to Jeffrey P. Appreciate it, man. He said keep up the good work. Appreciate it. Shout out to Ed. Appreciate it. Once again, he and also got one on shit, my bad. Vinny, I'm just gonna keep your first name. Appreciate it, Vinny. He showed some love. John M showed some love. So I want to make sure I get everybody together. I was trying to reset to get to the live chat. There we go. Janko salute. Blade movies underrated. You ain't lying, man. Whew. You know my mans that played Cottonmouth and Luke Cage is gonna be the new Blade, so I can accept that. They could have did a lot worse. They was talking about making, excuse me, Wesley Snipes possibly one of the enemies or a cameo in there, but I mean I don't think nobody could do better than Wesley. Wesley was on another level, man. Man, that was some hella good movies, man. Juice Lee salute, Rod Rodriguez salute. So basically, they both weighed in at 135 even. Some people saying, oh, Loma look bigger. T.O. look, drained or whatever. I ain't see T.O. looking drained. I think a lot of people get caught up with the camera angle and what type of camera. And when T.O. was weighing in for Richard Comey, I think the lighting made his skin look more flush. So they both look good, but it don't matter who look bigger. They both 135. This ain't concrete versus steel plates. They both 135, but the difference is come fight night. And I watched the prediction video that Fight Hype got all the prediction from the trainers that I got over the years, and nobody picked Teofimo Lopez to my knowledge, right? And one thing that stuck out to me, besides before I get to the weigh-in, was where Freddie Rose said Lomachenko defense. Lomachenko ain't got no great defense, and a lot of times I don't think trainers sit down and watch. To be honest, I just think people regurgitate what other people say. So I just don't buy no stock into what a lot of trainers are saying. Because they honestly don't really get to sit there and watch Lomachenko unless they faced him. And they say, well, Lomachenko faced the better opponents. Now, what is the definition of better opposition? To be honest, Gary Russell was a good fighter. But then again, if you look at Gary Russell's first 20 fights, this is a fact. He's fought absolutely nobody. Gary Russell, that was his first major fight. Stepping up to Lomachenko. And if you don't believe me, sometimes you just got to do the research for yourself. And I could be 100% off on this, and I'm fine with that. I'm picking Lomachenko, but I just want to point something out. You look at Gary Allen Russell Jr. Before he fought Lomachenko, right, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. He had 24 fights. You had his early fights 3-2, 1-0-1, 6-15, 2-2, 4-3, 1-2, 1-6, 3-4, 10-20, 2-4, 8-12 2. Then he fought this dude who was 35-14 2. Then he fought a dude that's 9-2. Then he fought a dude that's 8-11 0. 23-7-1. Adolf Londardo's 21-18. Antonio Miza 24-9-1. Eric Estrada 9-1-0. He fought another dude 32-3. Gilberto Ruiz 46-11. Christopher Perez 23-2-0. Roberto Castaneda, whatever his name is, 22-1. 22 losses and 1 win. He fought another dude 22-0. He fought Juan Ruiz 23-12. Jose Miguel Tamayo 16-23-2. And then he fought 1-1 Lomachenko. Come on. So Gary Russell, Coffee, salute. Y'all check out Coffee channel. Good channel. Music reviews, everything. Kobe 2K fan, all-star. I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes you just go and do the research. Gary Russell legitimately fought nobody. Okay? He fought nobody. 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 Keith Thurman, nobody. So, how can you sit there and say Lomachenko beat Gary Russell when Gary Russell did nothing, right? He beat Orlando Salido. I think Salido is actually, when you talk about resume and skill level, I think Salido may be the best fighter that he didn't fought. Because think about it for a minute. You can say he 44-14, 31 knockouts, he been stopped 6 times. But look at all the guys that Salido fought. And let's just go through Salido's resume. He fought some tomato cans in Mexico, and that's what they do. He fought Marquez and lost by unanimous decision. Yes, the Manny Pacquiao Marquez. He beat Robert Guerrero, but they turned into no decision. He beat Robinson Castellanos, the guy who actually who made Yurkis Gamboa retire. Right? He beat him. Let's keep going on. He lost to Yurkis Gamboa. He beat Juan Lopez. He beat Kenichi Yamaguchi. I want to say he fought somebody. I could be wrong. Maybe he didn't fight nobody. He had a no contest with Billy Dibbs. Maybe that's what I remember him from, but never more than less. Beat Lopez again. He had a technical loss to Mikey Garcia. He beat Orlando Cruz. He beat Lomachenko, like it or not. He lost to Rocky Martinez. He had a split draw with Rocky Martinez. He beat Francisco. He had a majority draw with Francisco Vargas. And he lost to Miguel Roman, TKO, his last fight. So I think that's actually the best fighter, Vinny Salute. That's actually the best fighter that Lomachenko didn't fought. That might sound stupid to a lot of people, but if you're just looking at the names, he fought Nicholas Walters, who came off a draw with Jason Sosa, right? He came off a draw which most people thought he won on HBO, right? He fought Jason Sosa December 19th, 2015. He didn't fight Loma until almost a year later, 11/26/16. Okay, that's a fact. So he didn't fight the best version of Nicholas Walters, and guess what? Nicholas Walters ain't fought nobody. Then he fought Jason Sosa, right? When he fought Jason Sosa, you know, he did beat, he had a draw with Nicholas Walters, which people lost. He knocked out Javier Fortuna. But when he fought Jason Sosa, he had already lost and had like multiple draws. He had a split draw in his third professional bout. He had a majority draw with the same dude in 2012. So, I mean, Sosa ain't never been that good in my opinion. He beat Miguel Moraga. He was coming off a loss. Rigondeaux, he didn't want to meet him at a catchweight, or at 126 when he easily could have. All of a sudden, he could make 130 and 126. That's a fact. He beat Jorge Linares. I ain't got to explain this. People say, oh, you hate Jorge Linares. I don't hate Jorge Linares. It's a known fact that Linares has been stopped by lesser opponents. Dude, BoxRec just want me to sign in so bad. I don't want to sign up for an account. Can't stand BoxRec. Don't want to sign up for an account. Ooh, BoxRec can eat a dick. They don't want me to look up Come on, Jesus Christ, BoxRec. We need an alternative to BoxRec. Who wants to sign up? I don't want to sign up. They want you to give an email. Like, come on, bro. I'm gonna create something better than BoxRec. Fuck BoxRec. And they ranking system. They slowing up the show. Stupid ass BoxRec. They just refuse. They just refuse to let me in. Fuck it. Fuck BoxRec. I don't need to. Hold on. Can't stand BoxRec, man. I swear to God, bro. Stupid ass BoxRec. I'm gonna create something better than BoxRec. Watch. You ain't got to sign up. And then I just put my damn username in. I don't even care, man. BoxRec can eat a dick. But we already know Orlando Salido. He ain't beat nobody. I mean, I'm talking about I ain't got my show fucked up. We talking about Jorge Linares, bro. We all know Jorge Linares ain't beat nobody. He got stopped by Sergio Thompson. He got stopped by hold on. He got stopped by Antonio DeMarco. Sorry. He got stopped by Lomachenko. Yeah, he did drop Lomachenko. You want a cookie? Have a cookie. But he ain't shit. Bobby Swag, salute. No, I ain't see Bobby Swag. My bad. Robert Stanford, Lathers, Kobe 2K fan, Romeo, 704 Joe. Who cares about Earl Spence? C4, Ball Game 15, Rod Rodriguez. Yeah, he got stopped by Kano. Mikey Punk Self. Romeo say Doug Loma and took his opportunity to have a great fight on his resume, in my opinion. Dude went up 2 weight classes for more victory. That is a fact. I started exposing Loma, then they kicked me off BoxRec. That's crazy. That's hella crazy to me. You can't say nothing about Loma. You know, but he fought Jorge Linares, right? I'm trying to expose this nigga. They still won't let me on, bro. Now, if I was exposing a black fighter, they let me on. Yeah, I'm saying BoxRec's racist. Jesus, dude. I can't, man. There we go. Now, Sir Jorge Linares has fought 47 fights. I mean, he's fought 52 fights. He got 29 by knockout. He been stopped 5 times. Every time he fought, he been stopped. He been stopped in 2009 by Juan Carlos Salgado, right? He got stopped by Antonio DeMarco in 2011. In 2012, he got stopped again, right behind the DeMarco stoppage. So he been stopped 3 times already. 3 times. He got stopped by Loma and Pablo. So people get in there talking about Linares is a great fighter. Who did he beat? He didn't stop Corolla. He barely beat Luke Campbell. You know, he hasn't beat anybody. Anybody. You get to Guillermo Rigondeaux, right? He was too small. Jose Pedraza, he got beat up by Sugar Tank Davis. He beat Luke Campbell. Linares already did that. So even when you look at his amateur background, his resume on BoxRec, Lomachenko didn't beat nobody in the amateurs. The only guy that they talk about Lomachenko beating the amateurs was Felix Verdejo. That's the only guy. Do you hear that he beat Gary Russell? He won 2 gold medals. He got 400 victories. But what's the biggest victory on his amateur resume? A whole bunch of guys you never heard of. At least Augie Sanchez said he beat Floyd Mayweather. At least Sean Porter could say he beat Usyk. At least Vinus could say he beat Timothy Bradley. At least Earl Spence said he beat, Regis Prograis. Out of all these dudes, who did he beat? Okay, Jose Ramirez. We give him credit. Ball game salute. He did fight Lomachenko. Did he fight Oscar Valdez? No, he didn't fight Oscar Valdez. He fought an amateurs. I'm not sure. I can't say. It's not on there. Jose Ramirez. Didn't he drop Jose Ramirez? Jose Ramirez ain't shit, but that's the name. He get champion. But you a 2-time gold medalist. But who did you beat? Everybody said he fought the better opponents, but I think the best opponent that he fought at the time was Orlando Salido. And I'm not saying that because Orlando Salido beat him. Legitimately, Orlando Salido had the best resume when Lomachenko fought him. Changed my mind. He wasn't coming off no extreme long layoffs like Nicholas Walters. He wasn't coming off a loss like Moraga. He wasn't coming off 20-something bums like Gary Russell. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't an old over the hill like Rocky Martinez. Jose Pedraza had already been stopped. Linares had been stopped multiple times before they fought. So sometimes you got to look at the resume for what it is. I don't think it's a huge gap in opponents, to be honest. T.O. 23 years old. Richard Comey, the version he beat of Richard Comey was the best Richard Comey that we seen. You can't say that about Gary Russell. That wasn't the best of Gary Russell. That wasn't the best Rick and Dial. Linares best been gone. He has never been shit to begin with, and I've been saying it. To get dropped by him is like Mayweather getting dropped by. It's like Mayweather getting dropped by like Arturo Gotti, and I'm being nice by saying that. Linares ain't nothing but Arturo Gotti. He ain't shit special. He go over to Japan and get his resume up. That's like a nigga going to Virginia or going down south selling nicks for 20s. Back in the day. Bobby Swag, I spoke you up. I didn't even mean to. That's all I'm saying. I won't be surprised if T.O. wins. Loma resume is stacked. It still lacks great punchers or brawlers. Yeah, it does. That's a fact. C4. But when you look at the weigh-in, I mean, they both look good. People want to talk about Lomachenko running up on him. T.O. stepped inside the little the social distance barrier first. So that's why Lomachenko stepped around the social distance barrier. But, if Loma come out and be aggressive, I mean, it depends. You had Devin Haney giving his synopsis, and he sounded like a fucking hater, straight up and down. Devin Haney saying that T.O. game plan is to look for one big punch. Did Teofimo Lopez say that leading up to the fight? Did his father say that leading up to the fight? And Devin Haney is just like a fucking kid who made a bad decision. Devin Haney is on punishment. Devin Haney, at 30 years old, if he stick with Eddie Hearn, he would never have a fight like this in the U.S. He'd go over there and fight Ryan Walsh or some UK bum and get a atmosphere. But Devin Haney is looking at that fight saying, I got candy corn and Gamboa. And Teofimo Lopez got the big fight. That's all it is. That's what happened when you prioritize money. Money don't buy happiness. It don't. Devin Haney looking over there, it's going to be millions and millions and millions of fans looking at Lopez and Lomachenko. And it's going to be hundreds, maybe hundreds of thousands of fans looking at Devin Haney and Gamboa. Don't know, no person on this planet other than Gamboa family members and Lomachenko, Devin Haney family members care about that fight. You know, he know he messed up. He could have just did what Roy Jones did. But that's what happened when you prioritize money. Money can't get him the fight that he want. Imagine if Devin Haney did sign with Top Rank and he get the Lomachenko fight. Do you know how big that would be for him? He talking about his game plan. You can't come in with a game plan. He will box Lomachenko. Like, nigga, that's the wrong game plan to come in with. You can't get in there and think you going to outbox him. Devin going to get in there and start utilizing the ring, and it might work, it might not work. One way we know to beat this dude is to get in his grill. Why do you need to replicate any other game plan except for if it's a safety protection plan? Why? Why do you need to go in there? If you can go in there and be aggressive, do it. You can say Comey stopped Ray Beltran, but Crawford couldn't. That's true. Different versions of Ray Beltran, but yeah. Text a lot of them boys scared Bud might sign with PBC for the Spence fight. I got that from a good source. From a really good source. That's what I heard. I just said it as a rumor. Lopez need to use shoulder feints. Yup. But you got to remember, he's a counterpuncher. Counterpunchers, if he want to counterpunch, counterpunchers can control the pace. And they usually accurate and sharp. So if he want to sit there and he want to box Lomachenko, I mean, he can do it. But I would go in there and rough him up. Come in the high guard. I swear to God, I would have walked Slido with the ring. He said Loma resume is better than Charlo, Spence, Crawford. Loma beat. Man, Linares is garbage. Why do y'all keep putting Linares in? Linares is not better than Victor Postal. Look here, man. Linares is not better than Sean Porter. Who else Errol Spence done fought? Linares ain't shit. Luke Campbell ain't shit. He lost to Yavin Mendy. He already had a loss. What are you talking about? Get out of here. Gary Russell, we just talked about had fought nobody, bro, game. What are you talking about? Linares is a nobody, bro. He couldn't even stop Anthony Toyota Corolla. Weak. He's weak. He's garbage. Victor Postal was better than him. Gamboa was better than Linares. Why Gamboa and Linares ain't never fight Gamboa? Because he had got parked twice. Talking about who all Errol Spence done fought. Danny Garcia, he about to fight. He better than Linares. Sean Porter better than Linares. Lamont Peterson was better than Linares. Who else the nigga done fought? And you talking about who else? Charlo? Shit. Who the Charlo? Man, Rosario was better than Linares. Come on. Austin Trout was better than Linares. Even at that point that both Charlo twins fought him. What are you talking about? Vanes Monterosian is better than Linares. Linares is just, come on, man. And he ducked in Chinny. In facts. Versatile ENT. Tony Harrison. Yeah, Tony Harrison way better than Linares. Get out of here. And they want to go, oh, well, Nicholas Watcher sat on the bench for a year. Gary Russell fought, we just talked about it, 24 vagabonds. Rocky Martinez was past his prime. Miguel Moraga came off a loss. Come on, he got dropped by Linares. He struggled with Pedraza for a minute, who got stopped by Sugar Tank Davis. Shout out to Ronnie Boy Fresh for that one. I can't take credit for that one. Linares is a fucking glorified bum. He go back to Japan and get his resume up. Yeah, Linares is shit. Not even Liam Smith. He a Liam Williams type of fighter, bro. I remember Peter Quillen told the story about how Adrian Broner was beating the hell out of him in sparring. High B say Lopez won the weight. Yeah, I like the energy. You know what I'm saying? I like the energy. You know, he got to come in willing to take stuff. And people say he got dropped in his pro debut. He got dropped by Jay Figueroa from Southwest Detroit. It happens. You know, it happens. You know, Muhammad Ali got dropped. It's about how you get up and how you perform. You know, so it depends. You know, he got to be coming ready for the body work. He got to come ready for the pace, and also it depends how much he he try to do different. I wouldn't do nothing different. Remember Timothy Bradley said he heard Mike Tyson didn't wear socks, and he chose to wear no socks versus Pacquiao. Ended up breaking or hurting both his feet. He might think Teofimo Lopez might think he need to come in heavier. So instead of coming in whatever he come in, I don't know what he come in on fight night. Let's say he usually come in at 145. Maybe he want to feel like he need to come in at 152 for a edge. I would tell him just keep everything the same. Keep everything the same. Neutral natural salute. Keep everything the same. People putting Lomachenko on a pedestal, but in reality, he only had 14 professional fights, whatever it was, 15. People buy into the media hype. He's a good fighter. He posed to win. But then again, name me a puncher that he fought that's bigger. That's a bigger puncher than Teofimo Lopez. Name me the counter puncher that he fought better than Teofimo Lopez. And don't give me Rigondeaux. Come on, that wasn't a fair fight. Who? I go through the list of names that he fought already. Tell me who. We start from the bottom. Jose Luis Ramirez, Orlando Salido, I think is his best victory. Gary Allen Russell Jr. Another dude named he probably fought on the Mayweather undercard. I don't remember. Another dude, he fought Gamiri Rodriguez. He fought another dude I don't remember. Romulo Kanapkapat, whatever. Rocky Martinez was past his prime. Nicholas Walters sat on the bench forever. Never did nothing since. Jason Sosa, good fighter, but he not really a good fighter, but he's solid. McGill McGraga came off a loss. Rigondeaux was too small. Linares is a world-class bum beater. Jose Petraza got stopped by Sugar Tank Davis. Anthony Corolla. Luke Campbell. There is a legitimate boxing syndicate. So it's a legitimate case that Lomachenko ain't beat nobody. His best victory to this day is his best fight to this day is Lomachenko. Most of the opponents he fought lack power. Yeah. We can go through the guys. I don't know the guys that he, like Jose Luis Ramirez, I don't remember him. Salido, he alright. Gary Russell don't really pack a punch. But he dropped Lomachenko. People don't talk about that. Make sure the thumbs up, but he dropped Lomachenko. That's a fact. He fought another dude. I can't pronounce his name. Rocky Martinez, he wasn't a puncher at that point. Don't think he ever really was a puncher. To be honest. Yeah, he had 18 knockouts out of, 34 victories. Not bad. Nicholas Walters. He was considered a big puncher. He had 27 fights, 28 fights, one draw, one knockout, lost to Lomachenko. He was stopping a lot of people, but then again, he sat on the bench for a year. And then he moved up in weight. So he wasn't a natural puncher. At least, natural super featherweight puncher. But you got to say Walters was probably the biggest puncher that he fought. And that wasn't the Nicholas Walters, the Axeman Nicholas Walters. That's a fact. Sosa Moraga wasn't big punchers. Rigondeaux wasn't a big puncher at 30. Linares, y'all want to say he was a big puncher? You could say it. He got 52 fights, 29 knockouts, been stopped 5 times. But he didn't KO Anthony Toyota Corolla. Luke Campbell, he can punch. He buzzed and hurt Lomachenko. But he got 23 fights, 16 knockouts. But you want to say he can punch, but he not really a puncher that believe in his punch. So, like I said before, he said Rocky dropped Mikey Garcia. That wasn't the same Rocky Martinez that he fought. And that was more of a flash. So he didn't really hurt Mikey, but he dropped him. But he not a puncher. Rocky's not a puncher at the point he fought him. Thumper Lane boxers side, both Loma and Lopez ain't did enough to be pound for pound. The winner will still need to at least fight 2 top guys to be pound for pound. Deshaun salute, I can respect that. General Pendant, who I need to put money on tomorrow? Well, the safe pick is Lomachenko, but if you want to win some money, you bet on Teofimo Lopez. or you bet on a stoppage. Either way, I pick Lomachenko to win. But honestly, I'm kind of questioning that. Hope I'm wrong. But to be honest, who is Lomachenko fought? Who got skills, the length advantage, who was he fought like Teofimo Lopez? You got to ask yourself. And they talking about, oh, he a great defender. He not a great defender. Oh, he's a pressure fighter. If you bag him up, you have success. You can look at when Salido was pressuring him. His chin, when he didn't want to go backwards versus Salido, his whole body went straight up. Had Salido sat down and shot an uppercut, he would have knocked Lomachenko out. Lomachenko don't know how to go backwards. That's a fact. And Shakir said, well, T.O. got to make him go backwards. You can make him go backwards. Jab. And Lomachenko goes to his right side all the time. Q-tip salute. So he goes to his right. He rocked to his right. He leaned to his right. All the time. A left hook. Look, a left hook is a right hand and a comeback with a left hook, and that's an unorthodox, combination. It'd probably sit his ass down. Oh man, you ain't even got to throw a left hook to the head. You throw the left hook to the body and throw the left hook to the head and shoot the right hand, you can get him. All the time, he favors his right hand. That's all you got to know. He favors his right hand. He rocking to his right. He leaning to his right. You know what I'm saying? His head, man, it's just, this nigga so overrated, bro. Real talk. You just wish him and Crawford was at 135 at the same time. Even I think Adrian Broner might have a chance. But lightweight ain't really been a killer division for a long time. Pound for my boxer says 50-50 to me. And a lot of people I think when I listen to the trainers, I just listen to them. I don't see nothing spectacular about Lomachenko. He got good hand speed, his footwork coming forward. He not getting on this top. I just don't see it. And I hope Teofimo Lopez can expose him. He going to his right. He rocking to his right. You can go left hook to the body, right hand over the top. You can go jab, turn to a left hook. He just gonna lean into the right. I don't respect him. I've seen a lot of really better fighters at lightweight. Shane Mosley, Juan Marquez, Manny Pacquiao, Eric Morales, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Pernell Whitaker, Alexis Arguello. I've seen a lot of guys at 35. He's just a pressure fighter with give. Exactly. He's a pressure fighter that doesn't just throw everything hard. He's just a flashy, he's a glorified pressure fighter. And Lopez just got to know. Either we're going to come out and we're going to give him a look. We're going to give him a look that he need. That he not going to think he going to get. I want to say Lomachenko T.O. don't have a jab. Shit, a lot of people didn't think Roy had a jab. Diego Magadon was a decent opponent for Lopez, a southpaw who is about to fight for a title eliminator soon. And I mean, the right hand is the key versus southpaw. It's no different from Lomachenko. You push him back, you score. Luke Campbell hurt him at some point in that fight to the body and to the head on the ropes, and he was on the ropes. I hope this T.O. don't come out and look. Roberto Duran obviously is one of the greatest ones. Chavez, you keep going on and on about lightweights. T.O. looks more than ready. Samir's here. Crawford was a better lightweight than Lomachenko. Magadon is a bum. Deshaun say, Juice Lee said that. If Loma fought Shakir right now, how do you think it would do? If Shakir can outbox him, he'd be in trouble. Same thing for Devin Haney. I think Teofimo Lopez, his power, his ability to counterpunch is just, it makes it for a better matchup at the point. You can talk about, I think Burchett is a better matchup for Lomachenko than those two guys. Because, it's a guy who, he been knocked out before, that's a fact, but it's a guy who got stamina. He got just as much stamina as Lomachenko. He going to bring the pressure. He going to throw as many punches. So if I had to rank the guys as far as style, I would probably say Miguel Burchett and Teofimo Lopez probably got the best ability to beat him. Because they got the style. And Burchett got the experience, the stamina, that punch output. Now, do he got the ability, the rest of the stuff to do the job done? You just like Teofimo Lopez because he can punch. You know, Robbie Jr. went a hard 12 rounds with Richard Comey. You know what I'm saying? He got Richard Comey got robbed by Denis Shavakov the next fight. A lot of people say. Has anybody even stopped Richard Comey? Shout out to Ricky. Appreciate it, family. Appreciate it. Has Richard Comey even been stopped? That's what you got to ask yourself. Comey had 2 losses. He never been stopped before. 29, 6 big knockouts, 3 losses, 1 by KO. 2 of them, people say he got robbed. His 1 TKO loss was to oh boy, hold on for a minute. Yeah, my bad. I was chopping it up with somebody real quick. But yeah, he said Comey might have beat Linares. Yeah, Linares ain't got no chin. I wish Bam Bam Rios was still in his prime. He would have killed him. Yeah, I'm trying to tell niggas that shit, bro. Bam Bam Rios at 135. He was a problem. Abe, he'll say Tio will quit in the 9th round. Loma will have all the belts. What make you think Tio gonna quit? I can see it. Victor Valdez said Teofimo's gonna win by a devastating KO. He also said Lomachenko was going to pitter patter and run around the ring. He can't run around the ring though, so you won't get that from him. Loma is a pressure fighter. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, but he not gonna run around the ring. If he run around the ring, that's uncharacteristic of Lomachenko. If he runs around that ring tomorrow night, that means he got hit with some shit he don't like. If it's a decision, it's going to Loma. I'm not sure. Remember, y'all say if it's a decision, Fury go win. If it's a knockout, Wilder. Well, boxing don't go the way you think it's gonna go. You got 2 guys who really is unproven to me as professional fighters. He said Bob trying to sacrifice Tio. That's not Bob Arum trying to sacrifice Teofimo Lopez. I don't agree with that synopsis. Teofimo Lopez pushed for this fight. Bob Arum wasn't trying to make this fight. That's a fact. Tio and Teofimo Senior and Teofimo Junior pushed for this fight, but this Bob ain't want this shit. So that's false. And plus, Lomachenko contract about to be up, so you can't say that. You can't blame Bob. Come on, what does this do for Lomachenko's resume? Ask yourself that. It does nothing for him. Getting all the belts does something for it, but other than that, being a prospect gets nothing for it. It does nothing for you. Beat Miguel Burchett. You know, let's say he fought for Undisputed at super featherweight. That do more for him. He said Loma would destroy. I don't know about that 35, bro. See, what's so fucked up about boxing is this. You can never separate what a guy like Rios did at 35 from 40 and 47. You can never separate that. Everybody remember Rios for what he did at 47. Or bare minimum what he did at 40. Rios at 35, before he was weight drained, was a problem. He made Anthony Peterson quit. And you can ask Austin Trout and Danny Jacobs about Anthony Peterson. Anthony Peterson stopped some of your favorite fighters today. He said everybody saying Comey was a bum. Well, Robbie Jr. struggled with that bum. Oh, really? You said Loma is unproven. He is unproven in my eyes. What has he done as a professional? But you can get out of here, though. What has he done? Come on, once again, it's the same thing with PBC. Y'all just going off names. Gary Russell didn't fight nobody his first fight. He fought Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is a 118 pounder fighting at 130. Nicholas Walters sat out almost a year. Heavy hitter boxing. Salute. Yeah, Loma is a product of matchmaking. I hope Jermaine Key said, I hope Tio exposed Loma. For real. I hope he do too. Same thing with AJ. AJ, everybody knows AJ been down more than a hooker on Saturday night in Atlantic City. But Andy Ruiz had to expose that. Jason Sosa boxing, salute. Lomachenko was very unproven. What? Come on, man. What has he done? Come on, what has he done? Pedraza, Linares, y'all been beat before and stopped. Rigondeaux, too small. Gary Russell taught what? 23, 24, nobodies. Lomachenko, best fighter that he faced, I don't care what he say. It was Orlando Salido. Now we got white people calling us race baiters. We not making nothing about race. Facts. Rigondeaux was at, but he really was a 118 pounder. He back at 118. This nigga almost 50 years old. If Loma beats Burchett and Teofimo, then I will be impressed. Me too. That's a good combination. You know? Good combination. But all I'm just saying is, I'm not impressed. He said Edward Berlanga versus Lionel Bell is a good fight undercard. Berlanga could become the next Rican star. We'll see. Y'all always get enamored by a motherfucker who can knock somebody out. But at some point, them knockouts gonna stop for that boy. And when them knockouts stop, what do we got behind? What do you got after that? That's the question. Real talk. The same thing Teofimo Lopez gonna be asking tomorrow. We seen him go the distance with Nakatani. That's cool. But that same Edgar guy, you're going to be asking yourself, when he fights somebody that can take his shot and give it back to him, what else he going to do with it? I'm not impressed with a prospect that knock out everybody. I seen Matisse. I seen the Madonnas. I seen the Victor Ortizes. At some point, somebody going to take your power and they going to, I seen the Waters, they're going to put it back on you. What you going to do? That's the question. You tell me, what has Lomachenko done exceptional? Just from a talent standpoint at base, who has he fought somebody with the speed, the counter punching, the power of Teofimo? He hasn't. And Teofimo hasn't fought a guy with Lomachenko's footwork coming forward. He hasn't fought a pressure fighter. Teofimo Lopez, the best pressure fighter that he fought was Nakatani. You know what? He handled that pressure pretty good. But Nakatani is far from Lomachenko. Ricky salute. Does Bud get Spence? That's what I'm guessing. And I'm guessing a retirement is soon after that. Mr. 21 Strong, salute. His name mean exactly what his dad mean. That's a salute. Not too many brothers can rebuild. So what I'm saying is, you know, Tio ain't seen nothing about Lomachenko neither. But remember, people forgetting about Lomachenko weaknesses. For one, he can't go backwards. For one, he got a lazy jab. For one, he ain't fought nobody like Teofimo Lopez. And we don't know about his chin. At 26, he was big for 26. At 30, that's probably his perfect weight class. But at 135 pounds, we seen Linares put him on his ass. We seen Luke Campbell hurt him. And we not talking about world beaters at 135. We not talking about world beaters. His chin is questionable. He never been cracked. Nicholas Levi, salute. Nakatani was 5'11", and this is the same dude they had to carry into the ring. I mean, carry into the fighter meetings or the weigh-in because he had a problem making weight. Teofimo Lopez did well with that power, coming off the back foot, coming on the front foot. What we do know, Teofimo Lopez could fight on the back foot better than Lomachenko. So if Lomachenko is moving off the back foot, I'm going to tell you 9.9 times out of 10, he losing this fight. If you see Teofimo Lopez on the back foot, I'm going to say 7 times out of 10, he probably losing this fight. So I'm going to say Lomachenko got a 1% chance of winning a fight on the back foot. Teofimo Lopez got a 30% chance winning the fight on the back foot. And also, you also got to factor in with counterpunching, with his power, he probably got a good 50-50 chance of catching this dude. This dude ain't somebody that... It's not like you going in there with a guy that's a defensive wizard. You're not going there versus Pernell Whitaker. Mayweather wasn't a defensive wizard at 35. He actually was offensive. This dude ain't hard to hit. It's just when you get into the smoke and mirrors and he touching your head, he stepping around you. You can erase angles multiple ways. You can erase angles by stepping to him and pressuring him, and knowing which way Lomachenko want to step out the side door. So if you pushing Lomachenko back and he want to step to it, and we know he like to go to his right. He go to his right. Same thing Canelo did to Lara. You throw a left hook when he trying to slide out the side door. Throw it to the body. Throw it on the hip. Because that elbow not going to protect that hip. Throw it to the hip. Once you start throwing it, you hitting them on the liver or you hitting them on the side. Then start throwing it to the hip. It just, boxing is just like basketball, Allure. It's just like any other sport of strategy. It's you know what I'm saying? It's different. If a dude, if you see film and a guy that's a southpaw like Lomachenko, he like to roll out to his right. You notice that he feel more comfortable going to his right. Well, you step to his right, you make him go left. In basketball, somebody love to go left. You shade him on the right and you shade him to the left and make him go right. Same thing with boxing. If you know Lomachenko like to rock and slide to the right side, throw that hook to the right. Or feint with the left and come back with the right. There's so many different ways. We can see it, but it's gonna be different for Teofimo Lopez. How do we come out? Do we come out boxing and trick Lomachenko? Do we come out and pressure him? It's a question. Loma stay going to the right. He do. He rock to the right. He go to the right. So if he go to the right, the left hand, the left hook, the jab can set up a left hook to the body, the left hook in general, and also he a southpaw. The straight right hand is your friend. He said Berlanga has a deep amateur background. One thing is dude power is different. He don't load up or force it. He just punch without even trying. We'll see. It sound good. Let's see when he step up. I'm not impressed with an amateur running through people. What you supposed to do? When he starts stepping up, I'll be impressed. He starts still KOing dudes like Wilder was doing into his career, then you gotta respect it. If Loma went Saturday, you would say Lopez. He wasn't. I already said that. I'm not impressed if he beat him. I'm not shying away from that. I said that. He beat a prospect with a belt. It's a win-win for Teofimo Lopez. Once again, Lomachenko still has not beat another pound-for-pound fighter that count. Rigondeaux didn't count. And unfortunately for him, Mikey Garcia robbed him of that opportunity. So I'm not going to put it all on him. How many pound-for-pound fighters is 35 and below? 35 been garbage for years. At 26, you probably don't have too many pound-for-pound fighters. At 30, at 26, you don't have no pound-for-pound fighters. Unless you rank Navete, So it's not his fault. He doing what he supposed to do. He dominating the best. If Inoue step up, he dominate him. Navete step up, he dominate him. And he beat Miguel Burchett, but it's not his fault that he don't have an Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, Golovkin in his division. If this the best he gonna get, but I'm not about to put this nigga on an all-time great pedestal for doing what he supposed to do. But he is a Hall of Famer. I've been said it. He get all them belts. He a Hall of Famer. He a Hall of Famer just based off, what he did in the amateurs and what he doing right now. It ain't hard to be an amateur. If Lomachenko better than Arturo Gatti or Barry McGuinness, fucking yeah. It's a fact. This dude rarely lose rounds before he got to 35. He the only fighter that's been, involved in fighters that bring 2 gold medals in the ring. Even though a lot of people was mad because the size and weight difference, he should have really came down to 26, and he would have got more respect. But when you get people's opinion like Luke Kennard, Linares, and Rigondeaux, Whoever else said, that he picked Luke Campbell, who sparred with T.O., he picked Lomachenko as well. What you got to realize, them guys are limited. Luke was a gold medalist, but he limited. We seen him lose to Yvan Mendy. They limited. They don't have Teofimo Lopez's size or power. Maybe Luke Campbell do. The size. They limited. They don't have a counter punch like him. They don't have the speed like him. They don't have the power like him. A lot of them don't have an arm length like him. They limited. We knew they was limited. Everybody that he beat lost already. Not named Rigan Dial and Gary Russell. Everybody that we know Walters had a draw. Good fighter. But sitting out a year, come on. We know Moraga came off a loss. We know Sosa lost. We know Rocky Martinez was at the end. We know Salido lost. We know Pedraza got stopped by Sugar Tank Davis. We know Linares been stopped more times than the school bus on a Friday morning. We know that. We know Luke Campbell lost to Yvan Mendy. We know he lost to Jorge Linares. We know his father died before that fight. That might affect, but we know he already lost. It's different. It's different when you fighting a motherfucker who don't know how to lose. It's different when you fighting somebody that's bringing something that you ain't fought before. He ain't faced nobody with the power like him with 8-ounce glove without headgear on. And T.O. is different for him too. You dealing with somebody who is a glorified professional amateur fighter with excellent stamina. He should limit himself verbally to saying that he gonna stop him. No. I would come out here and say the definite opposite. I'm gonna outbox this dude. I'm gonna make it look easy. If he outboxing, nobody would believe you if somebody told you that Lomachenko is gonna outbox. T.O. is gonna outbox Lomachenko. Nobody would believe you when I was saying Tyson Fury probably was gonna stop Deontay Wilder in the second fight. That's boxing for you. Nobody would believe you right now if you say, well, Lomachenko and T.O. was engaging, and remember Charles Martin fought that one dude and he tore his ACL in the ring. If I told you right now that Teofimo or Lomachenko slipped in the ring and blew their ACL out, and nobody could predict that. Boxing is unpredictable. I remember as a teenager, I was waiting for Paul Williams and Kermit Cintron to fight, and Kermit Cintron fell out the ring like he was injured because he didn't want to fight Paul Williams. Bernard Hopkins, my soldier. Shit, for all we know, they might have a positive COVID test tomorrow. They both was close as hell to each other. You never know. Who in this generation beat a pound-for-pound fighter? Honestly, nobody. Depends on who your pound-for-pound fighter is. Subjective. So really, you really got to leave it to divisions. Because people can say, well, Earl beat Mikey. People can say Lomachenko beat Rickendown, but we all know that wasn't the best fighting the best. Those were two guys jumping up 2 weight classes for moral victory or for a paycheck. More of the paycheck than moral victory. That's a fact. That is a fact. So this ain't no Pedraza. Remember as well too, this might be the first natural lightweight other than Luke Campbell that he fought. Pedraza, I know he fought at 30. Linares fought at 26, I believe, and 30. Come on. And also you gotta look at this. If Lomachenko, and nobody look at it from this aspect. If Lomachenko was so dominant, then why he didn't fight Devin Haney for his belt? Think about it that way. Kind of Enigma said Lomachenko he said Lopez will have to use his hook off the jab. Facts. Neutral Natural say Lomachenko would he be a slow starter Saturday or safety to take him? He said Lomachenko will he be a slow starter Saturday or safety take him rounds or get on the inside and rip to the body start fast. Depends. He said Luke is not a no. Luke don't have no aggressiveness. He's a bitch. He's a timid UK fighter. He said if T.O. dropped Lomachenko like the one time and win every round, will the media and fans start singing number one? I'm making them number one. I already told you niggas that. I'm making them number one. Y'all can call me whatever y'all want to call me. I'm making him Uno. I'm making him the Uno. Y'all can get mad at me all you want to. In a world of boxing where these pussies scared to step up. But what I was saying before I interrupted myself is that if Lomachenko is such a dominant fighter, why he didn't fight Devin Haney? Ask yourself that. If Lomachenko was this great fighter that took on all comers, why he didn't just take on Devin Haney in last December? Was it last December? Yeah, it was last December. Sean, salute. LA in the house. And the fake Lakers titles that Sean worship. Talking stuff. But ask yourself, if Lomachenko was such a dog like they say he is, why he didn't fight Devin Haney? And look, had he fought Devin Haney last December, if my memory serves me correctly, had he fought Devin Haney last December, at least he wouldn't be coming into this fight with almost a year off. Why he just didn't fight Devin Haney in December? And Devin was still a prospect. Why he just didn't fight Devin Haney in December? Ask yourself that. Yeah, why he didn't fight Manny Pacquiao neither? Pacquiao wanted to come down and fight him. Alan Goodman say mandatories aren't better fighters than you. I don't care. He dropped his belt, technically, not to fight Devin Haney, but he was gonna fight George Kambosos in Australia. George Kambosos wasn't a unification bout. Lomachenko ducked Devin and Pacquiao to be exact. So if he's such a dominant fighter, why didn't he fight Devin Haney? Why didn't he fight Pacquiao? Because he was going to Australia to fight Gamboa. Come on. So there is doubt there. What's the doubt about Lomachenko fighting Devin Haney? He dropped his belt, so get out of here. There are some uncertainty when it comes to him. If Devin is not on his level, why not beat him? Sean, I don't know who's the biggest hype job, Loma or Triple B, Triple G. He said Campbell had a effing belt. Campbell didn't have a belt. What are you talking about? Campbell didn't have a belt. You forgot they fought for a vacant belt, you idiot? Come on. Why if Devin Haney was still a prospect, then why did WBC rate him as his mandatory? Why did Loma send a letter begging for the franchise belt? I'm just bringing up the facts. If Loma is unbeatable, when did he fight Luke Campbell? Hold on. And I'm not saying I'm picking Loma to win. I hope T.O. win tomorrow. I hope you do, but hold on. And we going live on Lion Killer Podcast tomorrow. So make sure I subscribe to Lion Killer Podcast. I'll put the link in the description. Hold on. So he fought last August. So why he couldn't just turn around and fight Devin in December or January? Uncommon sense salute. He said CJ Loma was the champ at 30 when Bud was the champ at 35, so why I never step up? Top ranked didn't want it. Thumpter Lane Boxing Society said Devin and Loma didn't happen because Bob don't like Eddie. They worked before. They ain't got nothing to do with it. Maurice Hooker and Jose Ramirez, right? They worked together on multiple occasions, right? Alex Aceto and Maurice Hooker. They ain't had nothing to do with it. They worked together to make fights. And Bob Arum was on the good side. Bob Arum didn't hesitate to make Jose Ramirez versus Maurice Hooker. Because he knew Jose Ramirez was going to win. Bob Arum believed Devin Haney would have whooped on Lomachenko. So he knew what was up. Tell me I'm wrong. They worked together. They had nothing to do with they disdain for each other. Honestly, a lot of people want to go for T.O. for the culture. I want to go with T.O. for the culture. He said Crawford and Brook should have dealt 7 and 10 or 7 or 6 on what's on basic Campbell. So I mean, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez can make Crawford and Brook do 6 or 10 million. It depends. If a lot of people tune in for that, they're gonna tune in for the Crawford card and Brook card. If Crawford and Brook deliver, then they're gonna tune in for the Miguel Burchett card. And imagine this, man. And I'll take some questions in probably about 10, 20 minutes, right? Maybe shorter than that. Imagine this. What if they would have had put, like they rumored to, put Barashnik and Zepeda on this undercard? Oh my God, bro. Do y'all understand how many people would have just tuned in and called each other on that fight? Imagine that if they would have put Zepeda and Barashnik on this undercard. Oh my God, dog. This might single-handedly bring boxing back. But what I'm saying is, I'm not trying to sound like I'm super pro Lomachenko or super pro Teofimo. All I'm saying is this. This is what they not telling you. This is what they not telling you in the media. If this dude is so bad, why did he beat on Devin Haney? Come on, man. If he's so bad, you should never struggle with a guy like Jorge Linares. Seriously. Yeah, Zepeda can bang and he can box. That make him the ultimate threat. What if we fight was on a... I mean, no, it's better if it's on this undercard. Because they pushing this fight harder than they going to push the Brook fight. To be honest, I like this fight better. He said I'm not sold on Haney infamous one. Obviously, Lomachenko sold more on him than we are. Floyd loved Devin Haney. I think Floyd give him the ultimate cosign. I think he probably went to go train with Floyd for the Lomachenko fight. He said Shakur got a higher ceiling than Devin Haney. In what aspect? Because Devin Haney gonna be at 40, and he gonna be at 47. That's the better division. Shakur just not at the divisions that's gonna give him the better ceiling in the popularity category. I got to see that. No, why we couldn't just see Devin Haney and Lomachenko? I mean, that'd be killing me, dog. How these dudes want to deflect when I say something like this? Why Lomachenko just couldn't beat Devin Haney? He on mandatory, same thing for Canelo. Why he just couldn't beat down Jamal Charlo? He said Shakur, not before Devin Haney will. He will not be at 40 or 47 before. Devin Haney about to be at 47 next year probably, depending on what his pops want to do. And before you know it, he gonna be at 47. We talking about Shakur, shit. He got to do so. He got to fight Burchett and Lomachenko at 30 possibly. Then he got to do his thing at 35. That's a long way away. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why everybody just sit here and act like Lomachenko don't do it? But if this was, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence, Canelo Alvarez, not wanting to fight him, everybody want to be on their helmet. You know what I'm saying? Why he just couldn't fight Devin Haney? You know what I'm saying? Why? He ducked Devin Haney, so if Devin Haney had the last belt, would he fight him? He should have had to go through Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. He said Burchett can't beat a slick fighter like Jamil. I agree. Who knows if he lock up a better resume? Ain't nobody at 35 or 30 they can get you on pound for pound but Lomachenko. And possibly Tio. Fighting words, Kid Bud, salute. He said Barbosa and Salido fight tomorrow. I don't know. I ain't never seen the other dude fight to my knowledge. But I heard it's supposed to be a good fight. Everybody ducked. That's why it's so easy to squeeze through the cracks. That's a fact. Only God I said I know that said he didn't duck was Nate Campbell. And I believe him. Nate was came to boxing old man. I ain't gonna say an old man, but he had a lot of ground to make up. I gotta see if Haney fakes a high caliber to see where he really, man, shit. We could have seen him fight Proud Father. We could have seen him fight Lomachenko. We could have seen where he was at. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. We could have seen him fight Lomachenko. Am I wrong? If he would have got his ass beat, he got his ass beat. The winner tomorrow have to fight Devin. No, they don't. Devin Haney got 2 mandatories. Ryan Luke, and was supposed to be Fortuna and Linares. They ain't got to fight him. Mauricio Sulaiman said he ain't no champ. He ain't the real champ. Him and his daddy going around with that fake belt like they the champ, but don't nobody respect them niggas as a champion. I love them, Devin, as a fighter, but I'm just kicking real game. Arnaldo Barbosa, another underrated boxer at 40, but he missing power. His defense look good versus lower tier. I don't know about upper echelon, so I got to check him out. Devin struggled with Santiago. Different styles for different strokes. Shit, different file. You can't compare fighters. You know, Teo struggled with Masayoshi Nakatani. He blew out Richard Comey. You can't compare styles. That's where you niggas be going wrong at boxing at. You can't compare certain fighters. You know how Marquez was, able to tear up and compete with Pacquiao so good. But Miguel Cotto couldn't. If Miguel Cotto and Marquez fought at 40, at their best, Cotto probably win, or 47. But Cotto didn't have the count. It just depends. Styles make fights. Yeah, Floyd struggled with drunken. It just Darnell Boone, Andre Ward struggled with him, and Adonis Stevenson got stopped by him, and Kovalev really lost to him. Cotto was drained though. I'm not talking about that Cotto. I'm just meaning in general. You can say Cotto was drained, but his style was all bad for Pacquiao. Maybe he would have beat him, maybe he wouldn't. I don't know who I'm trying to fight. I don't care. Dusty Harrison, Hernandez, some DC. I've seen him fight before a while ago. I didn't know he was still fighting. Salido beat Guerrero, and Guerrero smoked Berto. Exactly. Yes, Shay. He said, please do a live stream link, please. Yeah, we doing it on Lion Killer Podcast. Let me put that link in. I'm glad you reminded me. I think he already put the invitation up. So I'm guessing it's going to be me, him, and Nate Campbell again. I would love to get Jamil Heron on with us if he would like. Maybe I'll ask him to come on. Let's groove tonight. I'm probably got nothing to do tomorrow. I'm going to clean up. I need to straighten my closet out, bro. I got a lot of bullshit in my closet, my nigga. Woo. I think I'm about to give some of my clothes away. Take them to Salvation. But all the Salvation Army's closing down. So yeah, he got the link up already, So make sure y'all come here. If he don't do it tomorrow, I'll do it over here. But let me put the link in the description. Hold on. I'm gonna start a membership. If I'm up tonight, I'll put the request in tonight. So my membership it'll be something special, and it won't break your back. Also, you can check out the Patreon. But give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm about to put the link in the description. Then next week, at some time, we'll be on StreamYard. So that's the good thing about it. So that's the link to the where we going live at tomorrow. So y'all hit the notification bell icon over there. Hit the link. Hit the thumbs up button too. Tavares Cloud was one of those guys who really relied on his power. Yep, I remember. I forget who he beat. Remember he beat that dude from Philly that was that got exposed for doing gay porn. Forget the dude's name in Philly. Heron disappointed me that last one. It was a good fight though. I mean, it was a boring fight. But they trying to make it seem like Lomachenko is invincible, and he not, or he perfect. He ducking smoke too. You know, he could have fought in December, January, and just took out Devin Haney. Better be a smoke cloud in his fourth fight. Yeah, Yusuf Mack. That's his name. Yeah, I forgot. That's his name. That story was crazy as shit, man. Shout out to Philly, though. But you look at tomorrow, man, it'll be a good fight for Teofimo Lopez. The difference is he can win on the back foot. Loma can't. And for him, he need to use his jab. His left hook is going to be his friend. But don't forget, basic fundamentals when fighting a southpaw. Step on his foot, shoot the right hand. Step on his foot, shoot the left hook. He punched tomorrow. He really got to throw shots with Lomachenko, rocking and sliding to his right. He got to focus on the body. He got to step on his foot. He got to use the jab. He got to counter Lomachenko jab. If he able to take Loma jab away, it'd be interesting. He got to punch with Lomachenko. There's a lot of ways he can win. We know Lomachenko gonna win, how he gonna win. He gonna step up, throw a lot of punches. He gonna mix in his soft punches with his hard punches to the body. It's gonna be an interesting fight. But one of the keys I didn't talk about for Lomachenko is stepping on Lomachenko lead foot. Stepping on Lomachenko right foot. Step on it, shoot the right hand. That's all. That's what he should have really be practicing in sparring, stepping on that man's foot. Yo, answer me this. If you have a dominant amateur career and the pedestrian pro career, that makes you a Hall of Famer? No. What I'm saying is this, General Pendit. He had a dominant 2 gold medal career. And also in a generation where everybody constipated with their career, he moved fast. Same thing with Usyk. Usyk became undisputed fast. And he might move up and get a belt at a heavyweight. I'm just saying that he moved in boxing because he had to, but when nobody else was moving. He was flowing and everybody else was constipated, so you gotta respect it. 3 division world titleist. He unified at lightweight, then unified at 30 or 20. But also he was in a 4 gold medal world title fight. He fought some guys. Just saying that it's not hard to beat. If Barry McGuinness is in there, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't he be in there? If Arturo Gatti is in there, shouldn't he be in there? That's just my point. I got a feeling Tio gonna fight Jittery. If he fight Jittery, he might get in there and freeze up. That's an honest thing. If he get in there and freeze up, it won't surprise me. It's gonna be hard to surprise me like. But I actually got Loma winning in 10, but I'm not too confident in that. But he might. I hope I'm wrong. I love if Tio stepped on Loma's foot. That's what you got to do when you fight a southpaw, or if you're a southpaw fighting an orthodox fighter. Step on his foot. Yo, please share the link to the Lopez Loma fight. Oh, you talking about the crack stream? It's free. Or use Crackstream. Crackstream.com. Crackstream.com. Tio gonna try to push Loma back in the first couple rounds. I answer questions right now. That's what he should do. Or he can go out there and box and make Loma cut off the ring and stick and move. He might come out sticking and moving. So you base Hall of Fame status on the risk you take. I agree with you, but I'm trying to see where you... Yeah. He is a 3 division world champion and unified 3 belts. Why shouldn't he be a Hall of Famer if Arturo Gatti in there? That's what I'm saying. Usyk in the Hall of Fame for me too. Unified cruiserweight. Barry McGuinness and Teofimo. Barry McGuinness and Arturo Gatti in there. They probably gonna put Leo Santa Cruz in there too. I can see Tio quitting. Yeah, I can see that. Talking about he had an injury or something. Mikey had a WBC belt, IBF. Loma had the WBO, WBA, WBO. They had the date for April. Mikey ruined. Yeah, Mikey a bitch. I've been telling y'all that. He a racist bitch. Do you ever remember Triple G getting hurt with the big shot? Not to my knowledge. He ain't fought nobody though. But Canelo ain't no puncher. Not until you go up and have a fight with Kovalev. One thing Tio is in Loma head. Loma really wants to take it to Lopez, which will fall right into Lopez. Yeah, yeah. Lopez can win this fight multiple ways. Lomachenko can't. As far as Loma can't win it moving on the back foot. Loma gonna win this fight by pressuring and systematically breaking down Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez can win it on the back foot or just moving back because he a counter puncher. He know how to generate power. He accurate. He can catch and shoot. People not giving that kid enough. He don't have to win just bulldozing them. He can win. He can win counterpunching. And also he got the right. He got to be able to land that right. And that right hand is there for him. The straight right hand. Lomachenko ain't no defensive wizard. When he get to doing all that fake head movement, go to the basement. But I just got a feeling he's not gonna do what he need to do tomorrow. When Lomachenko get that fake head movement, go to the basement. You know, when you got him moving backwards, go to the basement. You ain't got a head hunt. Going to the basement is gonna slow the pace down. It's gonna even the stamina in the championship rounds. Who wins, Usyk or David Haye? Give me David Haye at cruiserweight. Could be wrong. Floyd was knocking shit down at the time. Yep. If this goes the distance, who wins? More than likely, the money says Lomachenko win. Easter trash. Don't think he pretty good. He okay. Granted, Gotti was trash, but he put on one of the greatest fights Gotti and Ward. Will put Zepeda and Barashnik in the Hall of Fame. Journal pinned it. He said, "What you think of the stare down?" I think Teofimo Lopez has gotten to Lomachenko's head. And I think Lomachenko gonna come out trying to hurt him. I don't think Teo should try to outbox. I mean, to be honest, you could say why not? Why not? He don't expect it. But then you could say, what if Lomachenko get in his groove? Bro, how much time left before the man? Nigga, it's a whole day. You must be out. I'm gonna calm down. He must be in another country. You probably got a whole 24 hours, bro. You probably they in Vegas. You probably got 26 hours. Legitimately. That fight, the main card started at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now it's 10:34 Eastern Standard Time. He said T.O. is not gonna press Loma. They gonna trade hooks and hop around the ring. Yeah, I can see if he don't press Loma, I think his chances go from 30% to 10%. You know, but he might have a chance. I don't know. Gotti is corny. Only a head hunt when you step on Lomachenko head on lead foot. Yup. And if you really should shoot that straight right down the pipe. They probably is gonna try to outbox him. They probably gonna come out like he did versus Richard Comey. I guarantee you that's how he gonna come out. And if he come out like that, you might as well turn it off. But he might catch him. Loma not a puncher. He don't have to be a puncher. You know what I'm saying? He able to hit you with punches you don't see coming because he able to shoot shine upstairs and hit you with hard shots. His pace is really his punching power. People underestimate Loma power. He hurt everybody he fought. Might get the T.O. out quick. He ain't gonna get T.O. out quick, no. The people that he hurt just don't surprise me. Honestly, I mean, who did he hurt? Luke Campbell is a softie. Pedraza been stopped. Tank stopped him in 9 rounds, 6 rounds. Linares has been stopped so many times, so who knows? Maybe he can punch him, maybe he can't. Loma power underrated. Yeah, he's a solid puncher. He said, I think it's just the advantage Loma opponents have that it takes longer to figure out, but the fact they'll have all those advantages and find themselves moving backwards is very impressive by Loma. I mean, who was that? Was that Jordan Richards? I don't find it impressive. Because what Pedraza do is move and stick and move. What Luke Campbell do is stick and move. Who else he fought? What Pedraza do is stick and move. He ain't fought nobody that fight coming forward. But Salido, he ain't really fought no aggressive. I mean, but that's not T.O.'s style. That's my whole thing. When have you seen Pedraza really be aggressive? Or Linares, or who else he fought? Luke Campbell. I mean, Luke Campbell is a guy that like to keep distance and keep you at the end of his shots. Nicholas Walters did come forward, but once again, he was a 26-pounder that moved up to 30 pounds, I think. And also, he had almost a year off. Loma team about to use Usyk game plan in Gatsby. I don't know if it'll work. Gatsby didn't have half the ability or skills that T.O. did. So, he said, I'm with Loma all day. It'd be a good fight. I think Loma going to win. I hope T.O. win though. So you talking about guys who Jordan was talking about guys who naturally ain't aggressive. I mean, we don't even know if T.O. gonna be aggressive tomorrow. He could be hyping everybody up to come out there and stick and move, legitimately. And if you haven't, make sure the thumbs up button and share the video. I'm gonna drop the link in there. So if y'all wanna listen to our live commentary tomorrow, hit this link and subscribe over there. Hit the notification bell icon. T.O. don't throw enough punches like Pedraza, too slow Loma down. He don't have to throw enough punches. He a counter puncher. That's the difference. Pedraza don't have the heat or the punching or the counter punching ability. When you a counter puncher, you don't have to. You don't have to. And Pedraza didn't have the power that boy got. So you can't compare Pedraza and Luke and Teofimo Lopez. T.O. can catch it. T.O. is a more athletic Danny Garcia. So you can't say, oh, he don't throw enough. He don't have to throw. He's a counter puncher. So what he do is he catch and shoot, or he make you pay when you miss. He said Pedraza been dropping. Man, I ain't trying to hear that about Pedraza, bro. He got parked by Sugar Tank Dave. Stop it. I ain't trying to hear that. If he ain't stopped Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, Barrios, the guy that fought Mario Barrios on the Sean Porter Earl Spence undercard, I ain't impressed. I ain't impressed. I ain't impressed. I ain't impressed. He barely beat Egner Cherry. He didn't even beat Egner Cherry. He lost that fight. But y'all keep coming with the questions. Stop it. Don't try to pump up Pedraza. He ain't nothing. He ain't nothing to look at. You got to match Loma pace, so you got to throw. No, you don't got to throw punches. You ain't got to match his pace. You don't have to match his pace. The best thing for a counter puncher is a volume puncher. People said that about Manny Pacquiao. Oh, you got to match his pace. You got to match it. No, you didn't. It's like playing the Houston Rockets. When you get somebody that can slow that pace down and make it a half court fight, a half court game, the Rockets in trouble. R.I.P. to Birdie Mac. You in trouble. When you got a counter puncher and you can't come in and be reckless and he make you pay for being reckless, we don't know if T.O. can counter punch on the elite level though. But if Loma miss and he pay, and the thing about counter punchers is they don't have to be the biggest punchers. If they hit you with a shot that you don't see coming, you in trouble. So if Loma, basically when you got a volume puncher and you got a counter puncher, usually the counter puncher love volume punching. Because if you throw a lot of punches, that means you making it a fight that he like. You feel what I'm saying? So you throw a lot of punches. So if T.O. is able to make Loma miss and pay, or Loma miss, he able to make him pay, Loma's not going to be able to come in. He got to worry about something coming back. So when you can punch and you can counter punch, and not only can this dude counter punch, he can catch and shoot. So imagine Lomachenko throwing a pity pass shot or throwing a shot and being lazy with some of his punches he throw, and T.O. catching it and deliver back. Counter punchers slow down the pace. That's why Marquez and Pacquiao pace wasn't at the... Once Marquez got the timing in, and the difference between Pacquiao and Loma, Pacquiao was more explosive. It meant Pacquiao hit harder. You feel what I'm saying? His footwork was better. So when Marquez got dropped that first time 4 or 5 times, and then he found his timing, and he found his range, he gave Pacquiao the business for the rest of his career. He did. He gave him a hard time. Counter punchers love the volume. Look at Danny Garcia. He said the difference between Danny and Sean and Danny and Keith Thurman was Danny Garcia did not have the footwork. That's the problem with Danny Garcia. If you can stick and move on Danny Garcia, you can beat him. With Marquez, you couldn't do that. Marquez knew how to close the distance. He knew how to cut the ring off. Danny can't cut the ring off. In this situation, I don't have to worry about T.O. cutting the ring off. Because Lomachenko can't go backwards, to our knowledge. So that's not going to be an issue. Danny Garcia, you can say Floyd. Floyd slowed it down for Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao couldn't do what he wanted to do. Pacquiao tried to jump in with that wild straight left hand. Floyd was able to take that angle away and beat him. So when you're dealing with a counterpuncher that like Teofimo Lopez, who got speed and power, Danny Garcia don't have speed and power. He got power. And that's why Sean Porter was able to beat him. Because Sean Porter, him punching off platform was good for that fight. So you can't compare Danny and Sean to this. You can't compare, or Keith. Danny Garcia is slow. Danny Garcia is slow. Teofimo Lopez not slow. So you can't compare that to them. I just don't know how to. I can't break it down. I'm just done. T.O. just as flat-footed. Maybe he is, maybe he not, but he not slow. He said T.O. can't go to... Yes, he can. He could go to 47. By the time he get there, the landscape is going to be totally different. Jerron Ennis probably going to be at 54. Virgil Ortiz probably going to be at 54. Why can't he? He said Danny boxed like he got cement feet. Teofimo Lopez moved way better than Danny Garcia. Look at the Tanaki fight. He moved... Nakatani fight. He moved way better. So you can't compare what Sean Porter did. I just don't know that. Y'all niggas just make bad comparisons. I ain't said T.O. was slow. He got a good chance. He not slow like Danny. Danny Garcia is slow. T.O. got better feet than Danny Garcia. And T.O. closed the distance. Danny Garcia was losing to Ashley Theophane and struggling with Nate Campbell and Kendall Holt. That's a fact. Everything is slow about Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia just has mastered timing. And when he fights aggressive fighters, he usually wins. Sean Porter not going to sit down with you. Sean Porter don't know how to sit down on his punches. And that's why Sean Porter don't know how to knock nobody out. Sean Porter moving off platform was actually good versus Danny Garcia. And Sean Porter's a tremendous athlete. T.O. don't have to cut the ring off. Why does he? Lomachenko can't go backwards. So what are you talking about? Then don't you listen? You don't have to cut the ring off on Lomachenko. That's a fact. You don't have to cut the. Why have you cutting the ring off a guy who can't move backwards? Tell me that. Y'all just saying shit to be stupid. He said this T.O. got to plant his feet for power. We'll find out. I think T.O. is a natural puncher. He said, I mean, not 47, not with Loma. I don't know what you mean by that comment. Loma will be on the front foot the whole... Yeah, he don't have to cut the ring off. Loma can't box off the back foot. If Sean Porter knew how to punch, he would be... Because Sean Porter don't sit on his shots. That's why he was trouble for Danny Garcia. Because he constantly sticking and moving. That's why. And what's so funny is how everybody telling T.O. he need to respect Lomachenko better. Maybe you don't. I don't believe that Lomachenko this great fighter that they pushing. 4 life, 1 deep, 1. He said he must neutralize Lomachenko. And that means he must make Lomachenko pay for his volume. So when Lomachenko throw a lot of punches, if T.O. hit him with something in, he just got to make him pay. Salute, Mr. 21 Sean. Sean Porter don't sit on his punches. That's the biggest thing. Look at him. T.O. gonna have a taller Ops at 47. Gotta cut the ring. Man, you don't know what's gonna happen. You never know. Don't tell me Loma the next Chocolito. I hope. But remember, well, he did lose already. I forgot. Chocolito lost on points. And then he got stopped. I remember I was at the first fight. He got stopped to Riverstein. It was on the Jacobs Golovkin fight in New York City. And I was arguing with people, in this group I was in. They were saying that, oh, Chocolito got robbed. And I told them that Riverstein he beat him. And what he do? He came out there and stopped him. I hope he the next Chocolito. Hope he put the brakes on him. I love Fondora, the Towering Inferno. I've been to about Fondora. Samson Tulowitzki got the best eye, one of the best eyes in boxing when it comes to talent. Probably the best eye right now. I predict Roman Gonzalez fall due to lack of defense. Yup. Moving up, fighting bigger fighters, of course. They wanted him to fight a Nuyuwa. Shit, he probably never came back from that butt whooping. Raby Khan and others, it goes a long way. And the new unified champion world, he's saying the new unified lightweight champion of the world, Teofimo Lopez. Chocolito bounced back good because he didn't fight a Nuyuwa. He fought a Nuyuwa, he wouldn't have came back. Chocolito resume better than Loma through 4 division. Y'all stay sleeping on his career like nothing. We ain't talking bad about it. We just said that this could be a Lomachenko. Somebody said that he can be like the next Chocolito. That's all. I remember they said he was better than Mayweather. You ain't lying. Pound for pound, #1. So that nigga Riverstein put him to sleep. If Lomachenko can take the punches of Lopez, he definitely would win the fight. Yeah, I mean, JoJo, that's a difficult statement. You know, if he can take the punches, what if he can't stop? What if he can't stop the punches from hitting him upside his head? That's the question. You know, that's the biggest question. Can he stay away from T.O. Power? Jamonte Clark beat Fondora. I have money. He lost with BoxRec say. 4 life, 1 deep, 1 say Lomachenko is not the Matrix. He get hit. Baraka, Pedraza, Linares, Campbell landed a lot of punches on him. That's true. Loma can't take that power. We'll see. Luke Campbell was hurting him. I watched a little bit of that fight again. He hurt him. I don't think he can take the body punches. Pete Newell, salute. Juice Lee say T.O. don't throw it. He don't have to throw enough punches, dude. Don't we go through this already? You don't have, when you can counter, you don't have to throw a lot of punches. And he can punch too, so y'all be killing me. He got to throw a lot. No, you don't. When you can counter, you don't have to. Prime example, Danny Garcia and fucking Amir Khan. Amir Khan threw all them punches and went to sleep. Loma's more mental. That's all it is. And he ain't even that skilled, bro. It's like Pacquiao. It's like smoke and mirrors. And when Wama exposed that gimmick, he was always gonna beat on Pacquiao. I think people hyping Linares knockdown look like Loma got careless and lazy. He always get lazy with his jab though. Look at his fights. Lomachenko is not a defensive wizard. That punch was there for Linares. That punch is there for every opponent. Lomachenko, he very lazy with his jab. He don't bring his jab home a lot. I just watched so much film of this guy. It's just overrated. Just he ain't fought the right motherfucker yet. If T.O. gonna catch him flush, and what if Lomachenko say ha 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 ha? He ate it like a Girl Scout cookie. T.O. can't rely on one shot. I will say that T.O. got to put them together. If he do throw one big shot, it better be to the body. Lomachenko don't like he can take that punishment to the body. Didn't he hurt his shoulder in the Linares fight? Man, I'll be hitting him everywhere but the bottom of his shoes. Man, don't even Dusty Harrison. Man, I ain't picking that fight. I didn't even know Dusty Harrison was still fighting. Loma defense is solid, but it's his offense and movement that make him look good. His defense he ain't no good defensive fighter. He above average. His offense make him look better. He hit you, he shoe shine you, he step around you and hit you on the back of your head, and he just fought guys that cover up. And like I said, that's the whole thing with Pacquiao. If you can't handle volume, Pacquiao gonna beat you every down. But if you can slow Pacquiao down and make him think before he punch, it's a problem. Tio better not end up like Wilder. Wilder was facing a 40 or 50 pound weight disadvantage. It's hard to be a defensive wizard when you come forward. Yeah, that's true. Loma is a pressure fighter. That's a fact. Yeah, Tio got to go to the body. Second round, I think he got his arm injured in Leonard. Yeah, you got to hit him everywhere. Shoulders, arms, hips. Shit, you might want to do a couple low blows. Who's tested Tio chin or body? Who tested Lomachenko chin or body? Come on. You could say the same thing. He got dropped by Linares. Linares ain't no powerful puncher. People kill who Linares. He didn't even KO Toyota Corolla. If Tio's successful to the body early, then I believe Lomachenko's in trouble. Yeah. We can say all this shit we want to. His daddy can say it. His mammy can say it. His wife can say it. Everybody can say it. But when you get in that ring, it look different. It look different. It look different. Infamous knowledge salute. It look. If he don't see it in the ring, it's a problem. But you got to understand, Lomachenko said he got high IQ. He a smart fighter. He said, I had Campbell fight 10-2 the round. He heard Loma end up hurting him. Yeah, he did. Loma recovered quick. I don't know about 10-2. That fight wasn't no 10-2 was. I can't call it. I can't dispute you. But I thought Luke Campbell definitely won more than 2 rounds, but I can't remember. When Linares was landing the good body shots, Lomachenko kept complaining to the ref. Remember Charlo? I ain't never seen Charlo complain. Rosario was a real puncher. Rosario was rubbing Charlo. He was crying in there. Dan Rayfield just tweeted Eastern Hooker and works. That sound like a solid. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Let me put that in my notes. Thank you. Let me screenshot that. Let me check my palm pilot. I got to make sure I put Mason outside. Because he boo-booed yesterday. In his cage. Because I ain't let him out at night. Come on, Dan Rayfield. I don't know. Dan Rayfield might have blocked me. Nope. My bad. When he tweet that out, oh yeah, I see. He said Maurice Hooker and talk to face Robert Easter with Ion Ugis. That's what we're talking about. Loma been tested more. His opinions have more top pop than T.O. No, he didn't. What opponent punched harder than Richard Comey? Please tell me. Tell me which opponent punched harder than Richard Comey? Which opponent? Y'all just listening to the hype. Tell me the opponent that punched harder than Richard Comey in his career. Linares, he ain't no natural puncher. Rigondeaux's a puncher at 122 and 118. Rocky Martinez was, come on. Linares is not a puncher, bro. He didn't knock out Toyota Corolla. He fought him twice. Stop it. Who Richard Comey knocked out that wasn't a bum? Shit, I don't know. He almost dropped Robert Jr. ass. Shit, let me double check. But he can punch. Hold on. Let me check my Palm Pilot. Let me check my Palm Pilot. Here gonna box wreck with that bullshit again. He stopped Ray Beltran. Crawford didn't do that. The rest of these dudes, I don't even know. I ain't go front. But he stopped Ray Beltran. Crawford didn't do that. I forgot he fought Ray Beltran for the belt. Beltran, I ain't trying to hear that. He stopped Ray Beltran. Comey hits harder than Linares. He had a 90% KO rate not too long ago. Linares can't punch. I think Richard Comey a natural lightweight too. He did drop Easter, but that Easter, I want to see Comey fight Campbell. Shit, Linares is old. What are you talking about? Linares is old. He got stopped by Sergio Thompson. Everybody got a thought on the fight. Why is it 50-50, but I got Loma winning 11th with a body shot. Hey, I got the 10th Loma. Hope I'm wrong. Keep saying it. 2020, you got to check your Palm Pilot fan. Yep. He said Pedraza dropped Beltran twice and watched him before Comey fought him. And so what? Tio can punch though. So what? You must be the only Pedraza fan on this planet. Puerto Ricans don't even like Pedraza. I say the longer the fight goes, I see Loma winning. I mean, yeah. But boxing is different though. Boxing never goes the way it's predicted unless it's bum fast. He said Linares 35, Tio Beltran 45. So what? 35 old as hell too. Linares been stopped more than Beltran heavy. I could be wrong. Let me double check that. Yeah, hold on. Who we talking about? Ray Beltran and who? Ray Beltran been stopped 3 times. I don't even know who we talking about. Beltran and somebody. Oh, Linares. Linares been stopped 5 times. So, yep, I was right. Yeah, you a Pedraza fan, bro. Come on, the only Pedraza fan. This nigga we've been talking about Tio and Lomachenko. Ali been talking about Pedraza. I'm going to tell Pedraza to autograph you a shirt. This is why Tio must be successful doing a lot more damage in the earlier rounds. Yeah, definitely to the body. Any more questions? Only Pedraza fan. Yep, the only Pedraza fan I ever met. Pedraza straight, but he ain't even beat minus. Ali, I'm gonna call Pedraza and get you a shirt. He said only he got to be, but I appreciate y'all for checking in. Make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure y'all follow us tomorrow on the Lion Killer Podcast channel. I'll put the link in the description again. We're gonna be live over there calling the fight, so check us out over there. It won't even let me put it in there no more. There we go. You can follow us, the link right there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over here and the notification. But I'll put it in the community tab if you forget. Do you see Joshua? I don't care about that fight. Another pointless mandatory. But follow us on all social media. We got a Facebook group link in there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the links there. Want to make a donation? Hit the thumbs up button. Share the video. Appreciate the love and support. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time. We gone.